Today I am going to do a video of how to fill up your journal. This is my journal I already filled up. It's all the way filled up to the back. And this is the second one, which is I started when school started, and it's on page 60. So yeah, so let me start. So one thing I do every day is I let myself get a full page and I write about my day. And it doesn't have to be about all like the highlights. It can also be about the lows. But if you're having trouble starting, I would start with your highs and your lows. But any other than that, I would suggest just writing out everything and give yourself a minimum, because if you give yourself a minimum, you're more likely to like remember stuff or like keep writing, and then it'll inspire you to write more. So some days are like this where I can just write it all out. This where I scribble because I want to get done with it. But it always has to be a full page. Like this one always has to be a full page. And yeah, that's my number one, is I always write a full page. Always, always, always. My second one is write a story about your favorite song. And I feel like I love writing, but I never know what to write about. So this one would be a great one for anybody. So like my suggestion would be any Taylor Swift song. Any single one you can write a story about. But if you want an easier one, Matilda by Harry Styles. It kind of like tells you a story. And then if you want a challenge, try writing like a Spanish song, a story behind a Spanish song, or like a song of a different language, because I think I'm gonna do that and I think it sounds fun. But yeah, I think like having your own story behind a song, like that's so cool, because it may not be exactly what the artist was singing about, but you thought it, that's your version of the song. But yeah, so my third tip would be have a monthly and a weekly spread. Journaling is kind of like a bullet journal, my diary, my budgeting, everything I keep in this journal. So this is my weekly. You can see that I am boring, but I have my homework assignments, all my classes, my hours that I worked. But yeah. And then a monthly one. So I know that on the 28th, an important paper is due. I know the days I get paid. I know the days I'm off. Like, I know everything just off of this monthly glance. So I know, like, I can't do anything this day because I'm already busy. A package is gonna come this day. So yeah. A sleep and a reading log. Nothing fancy, but like the days I read, I mark it down, and the days I sleep, I mark it down. You can make this as like simple or as like elegant as you want it. Right now, I just put a Taylor Swift quote, sleep in a 20-year dark light from Daylight. But yeah. Yeah, so any like logs, you can also do like a phone log or like a workout log or something like that. Spotify monthly, like your favorite song of the week or of the day, you can write it down into a list. So I'm getting my favorite song and kind of like writing it in a circle until this page is filled up, and I think it's gonna look cool. But then on my other journal, I do have Spotify monthly wrap up as just like a page from the day my next tip is write down your life plans. And what I mean by that is your life plans for the next week, for the next month, for the next year, for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years. And you can look back on it and see what you did and you didn't do. So like my summer goals, I went back for it when at the end of the summer, and I checked off everything I didn't do and everything I did do, and I did a reflection over it. And so yeah, so I think that's a really good idea. And then look over and see how much the reflection would be, is how much, if you did complete that goal, how much has it affected you. And if you didn't, say why or why not, and then say if you wish you would have kept it. My last way to fill up a journal is by keeping trackers. So I have two important ones right now. Days until I go on my vacation. I'm not gonna say exactly where. I might have said somewhere, but I'm gonna go on my vacation. And then I have one for Midnights, the new Taylor Swift album. And then I also use my journal for budgeting, but I think that's gonna be a whole separate video. So I just gave you 7 different ways on how to journal in 9 minutes. But yeah, but I'm gonna probably do a like how I journal like each night, like a whole wrap up. But that's probably gonna be a different video. So yeah, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. But yeah.